Hey everybody, Wyatt and Rika here. We're in Malaga Andalusia in southern Spain.
And we're really excited to be here because it's a coastal city, it's super large, so there's a lot to do, and we've been wanting to come here for a while.
We really have. Let's go explore.
Alright, time for breakfast, and we're going to be getting molletta, which is a type of bread that you can get with olive oil and tomato, and it's very common in Andalusia.
Don't get. Gracias.
4,70, que sería lo vuestro.
Vale. ¿Puedo pagar dentro?
Sí.
Vale, gracias.
So good. She put so much oil on it. Like, it's like a fourth bread, and then like the other 3/4 of the bread is like oiled. So good. You see that?
Awesome, so the first real stop of today is the Teatro Romano de Malaga, the Roman Theater of Malaga, and we're super excited because it's just so old and it's really well preserved, as you can see, so we're gonna go try to explore.
The Teatro Romano was first built in the 1st century BC, and then later it was discovered in the 50s, and it's the oldest monument in Malaga City.
This is just absolutely wild. When you're in the US, something that's like 100, 150, 200 years old, that's insanely old. But then you come to Europe and you're standing next to something from the BCs that's over 2,000 years old. How are you even supposed to comprehend that? That's just absurd to me.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's so fun to think about what people thousands of years ago were doing, and so when you see these structures, it like makes it more real. I'm actually sitting in the same place as people thousands of years ago. Wow.
Also, this place cost a big whopping nothing. It's free to come in here, which is another huge perk, and it's a reason to come.
Totally.
And right next door to the Roman theater is the Alcazaba, which is a Moorish fortress that was only built 1,000 years ago. How young.
And fun fact, actually Alcazaba in Arabic means citadel.
This walkway is so thin. What you doing? I have two things that I'm really loving about the Alcazaba, the citadel fortress castle thing. I really love how nature is really well mixed into the design. There are trees and bushes everywhere and the birds are singing. It's just a really peaceful environment. And I also love how high you are up on these tower things. Like you can see so much of the city and the people are just tiny below you. It's really cool to see the city from above.
This place is huge.
Yeah, it is. We've been walking around and wow.
There's so many places to see and pathways to walk. So there's actually a cafe located inside the Alcazaba with a beautiful view, trees everywhere, and you can just sit, have a coffee, and chill for a bit.
Yum. It's also really hot coffee. What a nice relaxing spot to have a cafe con leche. I think we both really enjoyed that with the shade and the view. And yeah, cafe con leche is a super popular drink. It's just literally coffee with milk, but it tastes really good and it's a nice little wake up for the afternoon.
So Malaga is actually an international seaport city, and it's the oldest continuously operating seaport in Spain and one of the oldest in all of the Mediterranean.
You gotta be careful. It's also really cool how the Alcazaba uses water. A lot of these walkways have this strip of water moving between it, and it just brings a nice sense of movement to this entire fortress. All right, so now we are headed to the Castillo de Gibralfaro. It is right next to the Alcazaba, and you can buy tickets to both. It cost us €6 for both of us to be able to do this.
Both places.
Both places, so you get like a package ticket. We are feeling this climb. It's a really beautiful day today. All right, we made it to the Mirador de Gibraltaro, and from up here you actually have an amazing view of the iconic Malaga bullring.
Yeah, and it was built in the 1800s, and it's still hosting bullfighting to this day.
Pretty crazy. So Malaga is situated at the very south of Spain, and while today it's a bit hazy, we've been told that on a super clear day, you can actually see Morocco, you can see Africa from the city itself, which is just bonkers.
That was bonkers.
Gracias. We made it. Alrighty everyone, we made it inside the Castillo de Gibralfaro, and it's just massive. Also, it has gorgeous views of the city.
Yeah, it's on the hilltop overlooking all of Malaga. Being up so high really allows you to get a true scope of how big this city is.
Look at these walls. So high up. We actually learned that this place was once considered the most unimpregnable, or like the least impregnable, the least conquerable fortress on the Iberian Peninsula. So tucked in the middle of the Castillo de Gibralfaro is this beautiful little cafe with gorgeous views, and it's nice and shady, and we're realizing that that's something special about Malaga monuments, is that they have these cafes right in the center of them where you can just chill, get a glass of water, get a coffee, even get food, and that's just something that's really special.
All right, now we're at the top with a stunning and sprawling view of the city. And right behind me is actually the Cathedral of Malaga with Renaissance architecture, and it was built between the 15th and the 17th century. Now, if you want to come see it with us, here we go. And here we are!
This cathedral, like most Spanish cathedrals, is absolutely massive, and it actually took 254 years to complete it.
Malaga is also really known for their museums that they have, and it's a really popular activity to do if you're in the city. Behind me is actually the Museo de Malaga. All right guys, we got some sandwiches and we're gonna eat them, and this is where we're gonna end the video.
Thank you for watching, and if you wanted to stay tuned as we continue to explore cities in Andalusia, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Peace out guys.
Bye-bye.